Hello, I'm Rick Coombs here with local music icon Billy Ebling to discuss an opportunity that he's provided for myself and my brother from another mother, Lee Watkins, this coming weekend. We've been invited to participate with the Billy Ebling and Late for Dinner Band at the Mulvane Art Festival in Topeka, Kansas this Sunday, June the 5th. So I'm here to discuss that and talk to Billy about some things. And Billy gave us, Lee and I, the privilege of being a part of his latest CD, which is a fine CD called Burnt Ends. And he had Lee and I put some horn tracks on that. And not only did he let us do that, but when he had his CD release party, we got to perform at Knuckleheads with him. And we really, really enjoyed that. And so Billy, I met through his jam on Saturdays at Knuckleheads. And so Billy, how long have you been associated with the jam at Knuckleheads?
Since 2004,
2004?
so 18 years,
Wow,
all getting close to 20.
That's quite an accomplishment these
Yeah,
days.
yeah.
The way things change all the time.
I know.
And I know you have performed there many times. Were you performing with Frank and had a relationship with him before you did the jam?
Frank had seen me and my brothers busking, playing on the street in Westport, and bought a cassette tape from us in early 80s. And then when he was opening up the bar, he saw us at another place and said, "Hey, I got this idea about running a jam. I don't know if you come in and host it." So it was pretty much at the beginning of Knuckleheads that we started.
So was that the same year that 2004 you said you've been doing it? Was that before then?
Yeah, about 2004, Frank approached me.
And so I was reading your bio, so you're based out of Lawrence. Was that where you were born and raised? Or?
Pretty much.
When as far as your music, did you learn music in Lawrence? Did you go to school there?
I took lessons as a little kid, but I quit every lesson I took. Then in high school, I started playing guitar,
So you're pretty much self-taught. then?
self-taught,
Okay. Even the accordion.
even the accordion.
No Myron Florin help book or anything.
No, I mean, I would have people's, hey, show me that, or, well, I thought I wanted to play piano, but I was having trouble syncing my hands together. Thought the accordion would be easier, and I liked Zydeco, but I found it was harder, so then I had to go back and learn the piano,
Yeah.
and then take what I had on the piano. I learned a lot of stuff off of homespun beginning piano
Really?
tapes.
So but you started on guitar. That was your first instrument.
Yes.
And everything was. So the keyboard came later and
Oh, yeah, much later.
kind of coordinated with the accordion.
Uh-huh.
Interesting. So who were music influences for you growing up that you liked?
Well, Bob Dylan was a big one, and that's how I learned to play harmonica. And then kind of real folk and songwriting, and Neil Young. And then when I discovered blues on the harmonica, I saw Sonny Terry and Brownie McGhee play, and then I discovered blues, and that kind of wound me towards another path. And then so probably every instrument has an influence.
So you started out busking, I'm assuming, in Lawrence when you first started, just kind of busking around to get your kind of. Or is that how you started with the music?
Well, actually, I was in Phoenix, Arizona, and I was a really bad construction worker. And I was working, and I worked 3 days, and I made X amount of dollars. And then there was a street fair, and I saw this guy playing fiddle, and people were throwing him money. It's like, well, heck, I could do that. And so I went down the next day, and in 3 days, I made the same money that I was making construction work. So that was when the light switch kicked on, and I thought, well, I think I'll just do this for a living.
Yeah. So you mentioned your brothers. Your brothers are all musically inclined as well.
Uh-huh.
And were you guys I saw you had a band and you went out of town as a band. So was your parents a big influence on you in music, or
No, the weird thing was that we all when we split apart, and one of the brother went off to college, and my the parents split, and one brother went with one, and one. So we all split. And then when we all came back together, we learned an instrument.
Oh,
My brother played drums, and my other brother played guitar and harmonica. And then we started jamming together. It wasn't like the Partridge Family or the Osmonds where we grew up in a musical house.
but it's still cool that you got to get together with your brother.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
That's really awesome. Because my brother plays guitar and bass. My other brother plays drums, and my sister, who passed away, she played keyboard and sang. We had a little family band for a while.
Yeah, I was going
But
to
it-
ask if you jammed
But,
together.
and my parents had no music proclivity whatsoever, but they encouraged us a
Uh-huh.
lot. And I had a high school band teacher that was just a big influence on me as far as he was more into jazz, but I learned a lot from him, and he was a big inspiration. But you always have somebody that kind of gives you a little.
Good that they brought it out instead of crushing it.
Yeah, exactly. So anyway, the one other question I had in your bio was, you were in New Zealand. How in the hell did you get to New Zealand, and how'd that happen?
Well, I escape winter. I don't like winter, and I wanted to go somewhere. And I'd been to Mexico and Costa Rica. It was a little too third
Yeah,
world.
we love Costa Rica, don't we?
Yeah, so that was cool, and I had some good gigs. But it was a little too third world for me to be there all the time. I got tired of my stuff being stolen. So I thought Australia would be good to go to, and I bought this round the world ticket that I could stop anywhere as long as I kept in one direction, and New Zealand was an option.
Cool.
And so I stopped in New Zealand before I went to Australia, and then I kind of liked New Zealand, and I went back, and the music scene was good, so I came back here, and I told the brothers, and then we all moved out.
Oh, wow. So what year was that? Would it have been?
85,
And how long did you stay there then?
12 years.
12 years, really?
Yeah.
So I heard in New Zealand,
Seven in Australia and 5 in New Zealand.
a whole different world there.
And the
isn't
brothers
it?
are still there. Well, it's different enough to be exciting with still being able to read and write and speak the language.
Yeah. Okay. So my next question for you is, you know, I love your CD. I was honored to
Especially
be
that saxophone guy on there.
I was honored to be a part of it. So I've always wanted to ask, because I don't dabble in music writing, what comes first for you? The background, the bass line, the rhythm, or the melody, or is it an idea first and you put the music with it? Is there a pattern to what you do?
No, they're all different. Sometimes I'll be driving around and think of a phrase and then put a song around that, or I might come up with a lick and put words to that, or the best ones, they all come all together at the same time.
And so I'm assuming that sometimes you may have an idea, kind of set it back, and then you pull it back up again after a while, and then maybe you.
Yeah, but like I said, the best ones, you're playing and the whole thing comes all at once,
Yeah.
all as one piece. And then the other ones come in little bits, and then you got to work at it, and then it sounds like you overworked it. And
Yeah, so it's
May not be
fine
as
line,
good.
Yeah. But so the other question I have for you is with car, a lot of the cars today don't have CD players. Do people still buy CDs? I mean, do they get CDs from you? I mean,
I like what a friend of mine said. He goes, they still have CD players, but you got to work harder at giving them away. So before I give, used to be you could just give somebody a CD and go, hey, listen to this. But then first I say, do you have a CD player? And a lot of times they think, you know what, I don't.
it's true. It's
So
really
those
true.
days, I don't know. Those are
But anyway,
drying up.
I really appreciate you doing this interview with me, and we're going to post this so that people can find out about this upcoming event, which is the Mulvane Art Fair. It's on June the 4th and 5th. There's music, food, there's a beer garden, and of course, we're going to be performing on June the 5th at 1 p.m. Is that correct?
Yep, 1 to 2:15.
And looking forward to that. Hope the weather cooperates with us.
Yeah.
And so we'd like to see anybody from Kansas City or Topeka or Lawrence, anywhere in the Kansas area, to come to the show and see the Billy Ebling and Late for Dinner band. I'm proud to be a part of it.
Well, I'm really excited to have you and Lee in the band because it adds a whole lot, and it's a little sparkle on top, and it makes it more of a fun event. And appreciate you guys' contribution.
Yeah, we
Fun
love
to jam together.
We love to jam with you down there and have our little horn section.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So thanks for this opportunity to play, and thanks for the
You
interview.
bet. Thank you, Rick.